Howdy folks, Robert Peebles here with RPB Works. Today I want to review a hive that I'm kind of excited about. It's the Hilco Hive365. I picked this guy up at the Bee Expo back in January of 2025, so a few months ago. I got it for a good price because it's an insulated box, and I'm a big fan of insulated boxes. I build a lot of insulated boxes, and I'm a big Apame fan, so I'm looking at others because I like insulated boxes. I'm a fan. Anyway, so today we want to try to review this. I've got some pros and cons I want to talk about, and we'll just go through it. So positives, I like going to positives first, so let's go pros first, right? Insulated box. Plastic, good, durable. It says polyiso foam. I didn't get a chance to look that up. Inside, it's got an R6.5, which is a good rating. Pretty happy with that. Insulated, the lid is insulated as well. I can definitely feel it. I'm guessing it's open cell foam just because it's lighter. I don't know what polyiso foam is, but it is a little bit lighter than a insulated lids, other insulated lids. Seems to be better than the clown hive over there. There is a little bit of exposed insulation, exposed foam. I can see it in certain places. Big deal, I don't know. Again, probably because it's iso foam or open cell, it might be I don't know, it might absorb moisture. I just don't know. Feeders. These feeders are much, much better than the others. So they're clear. I like the clear. Now, it's got the center cap. If you're okay with the center cap, the verdict's still out for me. We'll see. But basically, the bees climb up, go in there, feed. That's cool. The lid holds the center cap down, so I don't have to worry about that. And then they sit up on top. And the lid keeps the feeders in the right spot. So indexing, just kind of like the Alibaba hive, same kind of thing here. And yes, if you saw the other video, this looks very similar to an Alibaba hive. And I'm guessing that's probably the same manufacturer or one of them. However, there's a lot of improvements in here that I really, really like. So like I said, we're going to positives first. The other thing about the feeder you don't notice, look at this. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but it's got ramps. So all the feed is centered back down toward the middle. You can see it on both sides. That's smart. I'm guessing that Hilco got a hold of them and said, hey, this is what we want you to do to fix this. And that's going to work. I think that's going to work well. I like that. So we'll see. Again, I don't have any bees in here. I'm going to run bees in it at some point. Dividers. So it's got dividers. Dividers fit properly all the way up to the very top. It's got little ears. So the box is designed slightly different than the Alibaba. Instead of a slot being cut in the insulation, it's actually grooved on the outside, so the dividers sit in the center and they have ears. I like this approach better, a lot better. It's just me personally. I think it's going to work better. With the box, we were talking about the exposed. I'm trying to stick to pros first, right? However, the foam insulation, the exposed foam, seems like more here, more exposed. I don't know why. But I also see it on both sides. So I see exposed foam holes here and here. Again, it's on the seams. The bees won't be able to get to them. Is it a big deal? Maybe not. Ask me in 5 years. But did I mention this thing has a lifetime warranty from Hilco? And I don't know if y'all have worked with Hilco before, but they've been outstanding. Everything I've done with Hilco, they're top notch. I'll tell you, when I got this hive, it didn't come with one of the feeders. It was missing one feeder, and it was missing... there was something else that was missing. Oh, it was missing the entrance reducer. I thought that was just how the deal was, right? They were offering a good discount, so I bought it there. No, I emailed them and said, hey, I'd like to purchase another feeder and introducer because mine didn't come with it. And they said, oh, I will send you one. And they did, no cost. So again, lifetime warranty and outstanding customer service. So I can't say enough good things about Hilco. I'm excited about trying the hives out just simply because I like Hilco. All right, so the boxes, exposed, it's insulated box. It seems very sturdy. I like it. I don't have to assemble it. It was already assembled when I got it. So I'm gonna assume that it's the same. This box came with hangers on both sides, right? So I've got hangers. If I like hangers, sorry, this one, I just couldn't reach it. It's got hangers on both sides. Do I need hangers? I don't even use frame hangers at all. So I don't care. I would rather see them only on one side just to keep costs down, but that's just me. Dividers, I already mentioned the dividers fit. You can see here the dividers with the bottom board fits perfect. It's got ears on it. I will say that I broke, or I should say it was broken. So one of the ears was broke off when I got home from the Bee Expo. Did I break it in transport, or is it, I don't see how I did it, but it's broken. I didn't even ask Hilco to fix it. It's not a big deal. I'll just put a piece of wood in there and I'll take care of it that way myself. I'm probably not going to need 2 dividers for what I do. I'll probably use one and raise them and then move them out to another box or remove the colony. That's what I'll end up doing most likely. All right, any other differences? Okay, you also don't see the gauges. It's probably a good thing. Those gauges are going to quit. They're going to get propolized on the other box. There's no reason for the gauges. I'm happy with this. It's got opposing holes. So this colony has an entrance hole. This colony has an entrance hole. I like that. It's also got the ramps just like the other boxes have. This is going to work. I could raise a couple of nukes in this box tomorrow. I mean, it's just that good. I like that. Okay. Now let's talk about the bottom board, because that was the biggest issue on the clown hive, the Alibaba hive, whatever you want to call it. This entrance or this bottom board is top notch, especially if you like pollen, but I don't care. So the entrance reducer, I'm gonna leave it on for a second because I want you to just see. First of all, let's see if it's warped. It's not. So I don't see any warpage. If there's any, it's just minor right there. Just a tiny, maybe a 1/16 of an inch, if that. I'm happy with that. I can live with that. Bees don't care. I'm not worried about things crawling in and out of it. The tray actually fits. What a concept, right? I could probably take this tray, which is a lot beefier and better, looks to me like, because I added some lip here. You can kind of see it almost has a little bit of a warp in there, just built into the tray. Is probably the type of plastic, but they added an extra ramp or an extra lip over here to make sure it didn't warp the wrong way. So I'm good with that. This tray fits. Now again, I don't collect pollen, so not really concerned, but it fits, okay? And again, I like it in the back better than the front, but it doesn't matter, it's fine. The pollen catch. This pollen catch is much different. So this one uses trays that come out. You just sit them in. This is going to hold up much longer than the little tabs on that other thing. And it's got channels on it. So it's actually got raised lips on the outside. So this thing is not going to get squished down. It's not going to accidentally fall like that one will. So I'm good with that. The way this is set up, this is going to work. It's going to work well. Now, the way this works, let me just show you, because it's got an exposure. So you've got 4 different doors here. The way these work, these are clip in, clip out. You can kind of see the way that works. You got doors that open and close. It's not magnets, it's going to be clip in, clip out. I like that. So when these go on, and they're a little tight to get in, but that works. Let's say I'm wanting pollen right now, so I want the bees coming in and out of here, and what happens is you can see they're going to come underneath, and then they're going to have to go through the holes, and all their pollen is going to drop out into the basket, into the tray, okay? Then when I say I'm done after a couple of days, close this up, open these guys, and now the bees can go straight in, because now the ramp just goes straight up instead of going through the pollen holes. So you could potentially leave this in the hive all the year long if you wanted to. Just make sure you use the right side, not the left side. And of course, you could also just take this off and the bees can pick whichever entrance they want. It doesn't really matter. When you look, there's a gap here between the pollen catch and not, but you got to think about it while it's got the box on. You're not going to have that issue, right? Because even if there's a little bit of gap, whoop-de-doo, they're going to hit the box. They're going to go through. So that's not an issue. I'm fine with everything I see. The bottom board is great. I'm happy with the bottom board now. They definitely did they fixed it up and it looks good. Let me show you another thing. I'm going to get this across. It is nice and tight, like it's supposed to be. The feet are serious. They beefed up the feet. You can't, whoops. All right, it's a comedy of errors here. See if we can bring this a little closer. These feet are much, much thicker than the others. So that clown hive, these feet are not nearly as thick as this. So these feet are much better. This bottom board is definitely heavier. You could definitely tell they beefed it up, which is exactly what you need in a good bottom board. Hilco did a great job on this one. I'm happy with this. Now, me personally, I probably will take this box and screw this box on here and leave it. I don't really care for having I like to have my box, have it attached to the bottom board on an insulated hive, and this one's gonna be permanent with it. That's cool because it's even got holes here. I can attach this and leave it permanently. I personally won't run pollen, so I don't really care, but I can also take these out with the box on or off. So I'll probably take these out. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the tray. I wish they had an option for the tray, a solid tray on the bottom so I could put diatomaceous earth in it. You listening, Hilco? I'd like that. What I'll probably do is tape it all up or maybe epoxy the thing. I don't know. I'm gonna do something to that tray. I don't collect pollen, so I don't really care. All right, so what else do I have in the list? By the way, it's gonna go this way, not the other way. I did mention the dividers are really good. Oh, one other thing. So we could talk about a few cons while we're on the subject. And is it a big con? Not a big con. So these lids these feeders are set to where they can go either side. But you can kind of see here, one side has a lip, one side does not have a lip. So they hug together in the middle, right? So they're gonna sit together like that. You can't put the thing in like this, right? Because the lip's not gonna fit. You won't be able to put the lid on or the box on. So you just have to get that right. Big deal? No. What I'll probably do, since it's clear, I'll probably take a Sharpie, put a black mark here and a black mark on top of the box on both of these. That way it's just in your head, you think, oh, it lines up nice and easy. It'll just be easier for me to remember. It was a con on my list that this thing wasn't indexed, okay? I didn't like that because if it falls down, it's sitting on top of the frames. Let's say for a sec that I've got a couple of frames here. I'm gonna drop these in and I'm gonna take no divider, right? So it's just sitting here. I can put that in there and it's sitting on top of the frames, right? So that's a problem. I don't want that. But when I go to put the lid on, first thing I do is, oh, it lines it right back up. When I take the lid off, voila, look, it's off the frames. Everything's fine. So that's not a con anymore, right? So that's the reason why we talk about it. So what else do we have on my list? I talked about the opposing holes. I really love that. Index box. I didn't talk about it, but the boxes are indexed together. Or did I? Don't think I did. So what that means to me is these boxes, you're not just gonna slide the box off. That's one thing about wood boxes that drives you crazy, right? You accidentally can push a box off by just pushing it hard enough. Yeah, I know, they propolize them up, but this one's not gonna do that. Plus the latches are going to hold it together. These have the same type of latches that the clown hive has, but I don't know. There's something about these that seem beefier. They don't seem to be any bigger. I don't know if these are galvanized or if it's stainless. I think it's galvanized, but they definitely look to be stronger. Maybe it's just that they're just more solid. I don't know. There's something about them that just seems better, and I can't put my finger on it right now. All right, so boxes fit nicely together. I covered up my list. Let's go back to the list. Good feeders, so I'm real happy with that. Dividers that work. Straight, yes, the bottom board's nice and straight. Pollen tray fits, and R65, a box that won't rot. All right, we didn't talk about the price. We should have done that at the very beginning. It's $279 for a double deep with the feeders. I don't see it didn't come with a queen excluder, so I grabbed one to see if it would fit, and this is a plastic one. It absolutely does fit. It's pretty tight. I didn't try a metal one. That'll be something I'll have to try in another video, but it fits just fine. So no issues there. You can see it's gonna sit in there just fine. Probably just a slightly tight, but again, you want that in a queen excluder so they can't get out. There's no way she's getting through that. So I'm happy with the queen excluder, or with a queen excluder fitting. Even if it was a metal one, as long as it fits the dimensions, which we will check. I'm going to do a future video where we're comparing some stuff, and we're going to double check that. But with these adjustable latches on the sides, we'll be able to raise this up slightly. So even if it makes the box a little bit taller, that's cool. I don't have a problem with that. All right, we talked about some of the, okay. Oh, and did I mention this was a lifetime warranty? I mean, are you kidding me? What product can you buy today that has a lifetime warranty? There's not many. I'll have to check my Apame over there, but I think they've got one maybe, but, and they're, well, let's stick to Hive365. So again, lifetime warranty, Hilco, that's outstanding, guys. Again, price, we got to get back to that. $279 for a double deep with feeders, bottom tray. That's a pretty good price. A single deep is $239. I don't think that's very outstanding. I think that's a little high, but you are getting a lot of stuff with just a small. I would spend $40 or more and buy the double deep for certain, because you never know when you're going to need that extra box. And I didn't see that they were selling deeps all by themselves. It says they $59 for a medium super, which is great because I don't run supers if I can help it. Just I like all my frames to be the same size. But 59 bucks is really cheap for a insulated box. And I don't have it on this video, and I don't know that I want to run it on this video, but it does fit regular boxes. You can stack them on top, so that's the other option you have. Okay, cons, exposed, insulation, yeah, okay. Verdict is still out on that. We're gonna have to see. I'm gonna run some bees in here, and then we'll get back and maybe do another follow-up review for this hive as well in 6 months or so. Feeder indexing, we talked about that, but the lid fixes it, so it's really not that big of a deal. So we're okay there. Frame hangers on both sides. I looked at the website. I think I got a deal just from being at Hives at Bee Expo maybe, because the website didn't show hangers on both sides. So I think they don't need them, because I think it just raises the price. I don't think there's any point in having them both sides, but that's just me. Okay, well that's all I need to talk about. I like this box. I didn't like the entrance reducer when I first looked at it. The more I don't know, maybe if I wasn't feeding, I might think about a different design here. I'm sorry, collecting pollen. If I'm not collecting pollen, then maybe I don't really care for, the way this is working. I'm gonna probably leave all those open and maybe close them up in the winter time. Maybe have one that's, so you got our natural. I'm getting off topic, aren't I? But it's all right. So again, I'm happy with this box. I don't see any issues with it. The price is right for a double deep. It's much cheaper than I can get for their competitors. So, and they fixed all the issues and added some benefits over the Alibaba Hive. So I'm happy with this guy. That's all I've got on the Hive365. Again, Hilco, outstanding job. I think this is going to be a winner. And I'm not just saying that because I got a good price on it. I do think you've got a good solid hive here. I look forward to putting bees in this thing and seeing how they run in about 6 months, and we'll come back and review. All right, so again, Robert with RPBeeworks, rpbeeworks.com. So if you're interested in anything, you can certainly go out there, and we try to ship out same day if at all possible. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.